me right now. Sit down. Okay. You are not to talk unless I signal you to talk.
Okay.
Comprende?
Comprehende.
Comprende? Foster?
Yes, ma'am.
Understood? Cora, understood?
Yes.
Callie's a
I
witness.
know that you're gonna be tempted to speak and respond to the other person, but you're gonna wait
This would
your
be
turn.
like the Biden and Trump debate.
No, it won't.
Hardly.
Hardly ever, okay? So, did you understand what I said? Everybody clear about that? So you have to hold your tongue,
Okay, we understand.
okay?
We understand.
Everyone's gonna get a chance to speak, okay?
Okay.
Please sit down. Okay, I want to hear first, because Foster's the eldest, we'll give him the respect. I
Thank
want to
you.
hear your side of the story first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So I made some chicken nuggets before I left to go get Wyatt. I was making chicken nuggets and I was prepared to eat them. Then I get a call from Dad. Foster, you going to pick up Wyatt? Dad, you didn't even tell me I had to go pick him up.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
This part's
Did
irrelevant.
not? Okay, that's besides the story.
I believe you.
That's besides the story.
And by the way,
Mom, stop! You're just
I
making
did
us
ask
want to
him
wanna
if he
watch.
told you, and he said he did. But go ahead.
That's besides.
I
don't
did.
remember. I don't remember him
Oh,
telling me.
Anyway,
I
go
don't
ahead.
remember.
Go ahead.
Okay. And then I was like, okay, fine. So I put the chicken nuggets on the counter because I know Felice can hear the dogs will eat them.
Good job.
So I left them on the counter.
Yes.
Then I come back with Wyatt.
Yeah.
And then I come home and I see Cora making mac and cheese and like 6 chicken nuggets eaten off my plate.
Okay.
And then I go, where did all the chicken nuggets go? She goes, you shouldn't have left them there. I didn't know whose they were. Blah, blah, blah.
He's
Okay?
irresponsible.
Okay.
How's it irresponsible?
Okay.
That is very irresponsible.
You're not following
How
the
is
rules.
that
You're not
irresponsible?
following the rules. Continue.
What was I supposed to write on a post-it note? Don't eat my
You
chicken
can't-
nuggets?
You can't respond to her because she wasn't supposed to be speaking.
Okay.
Go ahead. Stick to the story.
Then I realized later that she already had my chicken nuggets and she's about to eat mac and cheese. So I go, Corey, and I'll eat the mac and cheese. I take the bowl from her, and then she starts screaming at me.
So did you, when you said you cannot have the mac and cheese, did you give her the option of taking away the bowl herself, or did you just grab the mac and cheese? Be honest.
I might have grabbed the mac and cheese.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
Mom,
Okay.
don't act like you wouldn't have done this.
Go ahead.
And then
That's not
she
the
starts
point.
screaming at me, hitting me, scratch. I even have some wounds.
Okay.
And then she chases me. She starts going to the front door, and then I was like, oh, I guess she's running away. Then she starts taking my shoes, running down the driveway,
Yes.
throwing them in the garbage, coming back, grabbing more, throwing them more in the garbage. She took probably my whole closet and threw them in the
We
garbage.
found one outside. By the
Yeah,
way.
well, she didn't. She forgot to throw
Those
that
are
one.
expensive.
Then I chase her out to the front, and I go, Cora, I'm not playing games anymore. Go get my shoes out of the garbage right now. Does not
I'm
listen to
surprised you
me.
didn't deck her.
Hurt her?
He threatened to kill me.
I did not try to kill her. I did. That is a
You're not
lie.
allowed to talk.
That is a lie.
No, but I'm
I said,
surprised
Cora,
that-
I will hurt you if you don't get them out of the garbage. I didn't kill her. I didn't say I'd kill you. I said,
Okay.
I will hurt you if you don't grab my shoes out of the garbage.
Okay.
And she runs around onto the grass and
Okay,
then runs
so
inside
let's-
and then locks me outside.
Okay, well, let me just say, I'm very proud of you because in a situation like that, I could imagine if it were anybody else.
I wanted to grab her.
They probably would have like took her and slammed her on the ground.
I was
But
very
I'm
tempted, but I
I'm
stopped
I'm
myself.
very proud of you that you did not act upon your anger in the moment. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yes.
And
Good
then
job.
she locked me outside. So I had to
Okay.
ring the doorbell, and then Wyatt came, and he opened the door for me.
Okay.
And then I tried to look for Cora, and then I was thinking, I'm gonna let her make the decision. If she wants to face God and eat the mac and cheese,
She did say that.
then that's gonna be her issue.
Yes.
And I tried to find her. I tried calling her name. I couldn't find her.
Okay.
So she was hiding in her closet. I had no idea.
Okay. Okay.
And then I called Dad in the middle while she was throwing on my shoes. I told him like, where are you? Come home.
Okay.
And then-
so what
Admittedly,
happened to the
while
mac
he
and cheese?
called me, she
Then
was
I-
screaming at the top of her lungs in the background.
Yes.
So I heard that.
And where was the mac and cheese?
I was holding it in my hand.
Okay.
And then I put it in Natalie's room because I was like, don't let Cora eat it. And
You shouldn't
then
involve Natalie. But go ahead.
I didn't involve Natalie. I go, Natalie, have you heard the screaming? She goes, yeah, what's going on? And then I was like, I don't know, I should do
Can
it.
you stop playing
She
with
said you
slime,
shouldn't
please?
give
It's very
it.
distracting.
Give it with her. She's not allowed to have it. So,
Mom, can you stop playing with slime?
Okay. Go ahead.
and that's pretty much the end of the story. And then you guys come home.
Can I please go?
Okay.
No, Wyatt's
May
taking
I,
all this.
no, may I please go?
Wyatt's like,
May,
No, because you're ancillary.
yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wyatt's
So,
kind of a
the
bystander.
beginning of the story,
Bystander.
Foster left irresponsibly. Matt, you should have
She's
you
gonna just talk.
you should have put them somewhere where you shouldn't just leave them out for people to eat them. If I left mac and cheese out, you would have ate them too. We
Why?
all know that they would have eaten them if I left
Okay,
something
but that's
out
not the
like
issue because I
Shush,
made more mac.
You're gonna
I
get
made
to
more.
respond. You're gonna get to
I
respond.
wasn't
there.
mad about that.
Okay, you're gonna get to respond to each other, but you still need to
send this to me
listen.
after.
Go ahead.
that. No one interrupt me. Okay. I ate like not even 6. And I forgot that I ate meat, so I went ahead and made mac and cheese because I was very hungry.
So you lied before saying you couldn't eat the mac.
You need to.
Oh yeah, and she waits.
Excuse me. No, we talked about rules.
I need to add on to my story.
You add on afterwards. You
Mom,
have
they're
a chance.
interrupting me. No one interrupted
No,
him.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Then I made mac and cheese. Then he comes down. No. Okay, so then I made mac and cheese. Goes, Cor, now I'm gonna eat some of your mac and cheese into some of my chicken nuggets. And then I'm like, no, you're not eating some of my mac and cheese. I'll make you more chicken nuggets if you want, but you're not eating some of my mac and cheese. And I offered to make him more chicken nuggets. Then when I was done with it, Wyatt
Okay,
called.
so I just clarifying question. Did you in fact eat the chicken nuggets?
I ate not even 5.
Okay.
Okay.
The
but
answer is
you
yes.
Did. The answer is yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Liar.
So then Wyatt calls up to Foster's room saying, Cora's done with the mac and cheese. Come hurry and eat.
False.
That is false.
Okay,
No.
That is
no.
false.
I
Excuse me.
heard you.
You need to calm
That's
down.
false.
when you talk.
I asked.
Foster, you're not allowed to speak. Wyatt,
I'll share after, I'll
Wyatt,
share
you're not allowed
after.
to speak. Go ahead.
Then he calls up to Foster's telling him to come down because I'm done with the mac and cheese. And Foster comes down and grabs the bowl and and he starts running around the house. And I didn't know at the moment that I ate meat. So I was chasing him and I was very mad at him because I was
You didn't know
So-
that you ate. Wait, could you clarify question? You need to be quiet, please.
She's
Mom, you're
No,
interrupting
you
me!
guys are not allowed to speak. You guys are not allowed to speak. Sit down, Wyatt, please. Wyatt, sit down,
I'm
please.
looking for a cat.
Okay, and I want you to seriously just listen. Cora, clarifying question. What does that mean? I didn't know I ate meat.
I forgot at the moment that I had meat before.
Didn't you? Wasn't it like 10 or 15 minutes beforehand?
I didn't remember.
And,
No,
but Foster also
I wouldn't have
reminded
made the
you.
mac and cheese. I wouldn't have made the mac and cheese if I remembered. I wouldn't have
Okay.
made it.
How long was it before that you ate the chicken nuggets that we're talking?
Like,
Like 3 hours after?
No, Mom. It was
Down.
like 20,
10 minutes.
20 minutes.
Quiet.
Max.
I
How
think
much
it was like
longer?
about 20 minutes.
Max.
So do you think it's possible in 20 minutes that you're not 95 the last time I
Mom,
not
I am
someone.
being completely
Do you
honest. I
think-
didn't remember.
In 20 minutes, you have to be honest. You have to find deep in your heart.
No, I agree with her sometimes.
quiet.
I agree with that. Sometimes I do
you need
forget
to be
too.
quiet. I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to Foster. You need to be honest with yourself and with me right now. You could honestly tell me that in 20 minutes, you could honestly say this.
Yes.
That you forgot that you ate chicken nuggets.
I forgot that I ate meat before. If I remembered, I wouldn't have made it.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to take you to the doctor. There might be something wrong with your memory, and I'm very concerned about that.
I know.
That in 20 minutes, for a 12-year-old girl to not remember that what she ate is really
I
concerning.
forgot at the moment.
I get it.
I couldn't
I
have
get
made
it.
mac and cheese.
I-
You forget more than anyone else in this house.
Okay, we're not talking about me. This is about you. Okay, so that concerns me about you, and we're gonna have to check that out.
That's not the point even at this
Okay.
point.
But anyway, let's.
Foster
move forward.
reminded
I'm
her.
not done.
Let's move forward.
Yes,
Go ahead.
that is
Go ahead.
But
correct.
Foster reminded
Also
you that you
before
ate
she even-
meat.
This is even while she was
And I
making
told
it.
him yes. I told him I remembered.
Sorry, wait.
told him-
You're not talking loud
Clarifying
enough.
Question. Did Foster remind you,
It's
since you
just
forgot,
sarcasm.
did Foster remind you that you had chicken nuggets?
No, what he did is he took the bowl right when I was about to put it in my mouth. He took the bowl without even saying, and then right when he took the bowl, he said, "You're eating me," and I forgot.
Okay, so that at that
Cat.
point you remembered.
Yes.
Okay, stop.
I'm not
Next.
done.
Okay, you be quiet, please. Go ahead.
Then I went outside, and he was being really annoying to me. And I told him, "Can
Why
I
did he
please
go
have it back
outside?
to just put it in the fridge?" Shh. I told him, "Can I have it back to put it in the fridge for later?" And he didn't give it back to me.
That's a lie.
Okay, you're not allowed to respond.
So then I acted out irresponsibly, and I took his shoes, and I regret throwing them in the garbage. But I was very mad at the time, and I wasn't thinking about my actions.
So you're taking personal
Not a video.
responsibility for being. You're
Oh
taking
my
personality. You're taking personal responsibility for being aggressive and acting out your anger
Yes,
Oh my
instead of expressing it
yes.
Okay.
Well, I did express it, but
and act it out.
yes. But I
Okay.
expressed it before. Turn off your phone, please.
Please
I
shut
was
off your
silencing my phone.
Okay. Are you finished? Anything
Yes.
else to say?
Then he threatened to hurt me, and then I got really scared, so I ran around, and I didn't want him to come and chase me around the house, so I locked all the doors, and I went hide into your closet, and I
Did
was.
you actually think he was gonna hurt you?
Yes. I really thought he was gonna hurt
Well,
me.
you know,
I could have hurt you a lot
yeah,
before
excuse
that.
me, he
if I
did
really
actually
wanted to.
go outside and throw his sneakers
I
and his
know.
shoes in the garbage. So, you know, just saying. Okay, Wyatt, and
Okay.
you're not allowed to respond.
Okay.
Both of you.
By the way, those bins are smelly and have water and stuff in them, so you might have damaged his
I
shoes.
didn't damage his shoes. I
Okay,
checked all
well, that
of
we're
them.
not. That's not for
You
discussion
didn't check
right
all
now.
them. You went
Go
outside.
ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So,
Chris is
Foster.
listening to all of this. By the way.
Foster. He's so cute. Foster came to pick me up from my workouts. We came home, walked inside.
Did you say thank you to him?
No, he was late.
That's not.
That
the
wasn't
point.
my fault.
That's why I didn't.
But that wasn't.
I flipped him off a little, but that's besides the point.
and then he poured water in the car, and then I started driving away.
Okay.
Anyway, yes.
So we got
You
home.
should still say thank you.
Thank you.
It wasn't his
We got
purpose.
home.
Yeah. Cora,
Please
please
stop
stop
playing with
doing
the
that.
slime.
It's really
Yeah,
disgusting.
you have to like
Please
put
stop.
your hands
And why
down.
is she playing this
You
up?
need-
Can she like put it away? or
Yes,
something?
put it down.
You need to give it to me,
I'm
please.
putting it away.
Put it
Okay.
away.
So
Don't drop.
we got home. I saw a plate of chicken. I saw like a plate of chicken nuggets with how many were on the plate?
I'd say around 6.
Six.
Well,
So
she
which
said she ate
means
5, so there were.
There were a lot of them. I mean,
Yeah, why do you have to eat so many?
Okay.
okay. That's not the.
We're not-
That's,
we're
that's
not
what's the.
talking-
That's
I wanted
not.
them.
What's the
Go sit
point
down,
of that's
Go sit down,
stupid
please.
question.
And I need quiet. I don't want to hear
Okay.
any responses.
So we saw a plate with a bunch of eaten chicken nuggets. Saw Cora making mac and cheese.
I need a chair.
Uh, And then I was making chicken nuggets for myself after I put in for the oven, and Foster asked me to put in a few for him, so I did. And when it was ready, Cora lied about saying what I called to Foster. I called to Foster saying, "Your chicken eggs are ready. Please come down." I didn't say anything about her. She made mac and
You'll
cheese.
answer afterwards.
Didn't say anything about her
And,
making mac and
then
cheese.
I asked.
Thank you,
I asked
Foster.
him. I asked
Nice
him.
chair. I want one.
I asked Wyatt.
It's comfy.
I know. I'm adding on to Wyatt's story. I'm not refuting anything.
Here,
I
give
asked
this
Mom.
to
I
me.
was the one that asked Wyatt. Mom, I was the one that asked Wyatt. Is Cora's mac and cheese ready?
See?
And I said yes. So he came downstairs.
And then he called and said, hurry up. He said, hurry up and come.
You need to go left. Go ahead.
I'll give it to Mom to try.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, and then so we went downstairs, took the mac and cheese.
I think it's reverse.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Cora screamed and screamed and screamed and screamed. Stupid idiot! I hate you. She hit him a bunch of times.
You're lucky because if it was somebody else, they would hit you back.
She hit him a bunch of times. Then she took one of Foster's shoes. She rushed to the front, threw it like as far as she could onto the street. Went, got it, put it in the garbage, came back, took more shoes, put it in the garbage, came back, and then another lie that she said was that she said she'll put it in the fridge and save it for later. She did not say that. Foster.
Yes,
Okay.
I
No, she
did.
didn't.
Be quiet. You need to
She
be
did not
quiet.
say that.
Yes,
Foster.
I said that.
Foster said.
not
I'm just-
true.
Foster said I'll
That's
put it in
not
the fridge and
true.
save it for you for later, and she screamed and cried and screamed and cried,
And then we came home.
and then you came home.
Let
But
me
and he
please-
had to
no,
open
no,
the
no.
door for me.
And she did lock him outside, and I had to go open the door for him
Okay.
while I was enjoying my chicken.
Okay, I have 2 questions. One, I will let people. I'm opening up the floor for rebukes, which means you could respond to rebuttals to anybody who spoke. And then then I have a question for each of you.
Okay.
Okay, who would like to do a rebuttal? Okay, and you need to do it calmly and quietly and respectfully. Go ahead.
And you have to address the person.
Okay.
And you have to address the
So,
person. Don't look at me.
When they both said that I said I didn't put the mac that I wanted to put the mac and cheese for the fridge, I absolutely said that, and I said it to him so many times in the family room. I remember.
All I
saying,
heard was,
I said, can I please at least have it? And he goes, no, and he keeps running. And also, when Wyatt said that he didn't tell Foster said, is Cora's mac and cheese ready? Wyatt said, yes, hurry up and come downstairs because she's trying to take all of it.
That's not.
Okay.
nice.
Yes,
Okay.
that is exactly
Okay, we
what
have different.
he said.
We have different perceptions. Is that it?
No, but it's just how
okay.
it went down.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Foster.
I have a rebuttal to what she just said.
Okay.
I did offer. I said, Cora, I'll put it in the fridge for you to save for later. All I heard was, give it back to me!
Okay.
And I was hit multiple times. I stayed calm because I know that hurting her would just make me in trouble.
Good job, Foster.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Yes. And you're also a lot bigger and stronger than her.
I know, and I didn't want
So
to
you
hurt
would
her.
really hurt her. But go ahead. Would not be good.
And when Wyatt called up to my room, I asked Wyatt, "Are my chicken nuggets ready?" And he said yes. And then I asked him, "Is Cora's mac and cheese ready?" And then he might have said, "Hurry up." I don't remember. I mean, that's not really like important. But like, cause I told her like I wanted some because she took of my food, so I was like, "Why can't I have some of yours then?" But which
And
is
he also
then.
forgot he had meat.
Yeah, which is then when I realized,
mac and cheese,
which is
though.
then when I realized I didn't have any mac and cheese. Which is then when I realized that I cannot have milk after meat.
Okay. Fine.
Milk.
Milk.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay. Here's my question. Because it seems to me
Stop filming.
that in everything that you said, there's two main areas where things went awry. And if things would have been different, this whole thing wouldn't have happened.
Okay.
Okay?
I think can I say
So
what I think they
Foster,
are?
should not have
you
been
could
mentioned.
say, excuse me, 1 second. There's two specific areas.
Mhm.
Go ahead. What do you think they are?
Me taking the mac and cheese from her instead of asking her to not eat it.
Yes.
I
Very
think
good.
that is one.
Yes.
The second one,
So what could you have done
She
instead?
I could have
Excuse
instead said, "Cora, you should not be eating the mac and
me.
cheese."
You could have said, I don't know if you're aware.
Or Cora, you shouldn't. No, I should say no. I could say, Cora, you should not be eating the mac and cheese because you already had meat and you're not allowed to have milk until 3 hours after. It's 2.5, whatever, 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was,
And you could have, again, like you said before, like she knows what she's supposed to do, right? You can't force somebody to do.
no, that's why I was gonna give her that's why I came down and tried to find her and I was gonna say, Cora, I was gonna make it on her conscience. I was gonna say, Cora, I'm giving you the mac and cheese. You can either save it for later, or you can eat it and God will always remember this.
Well, okay, whatever. But go ahead.
As will her parents.
I've broken so many kosher rules, like
Okay.
Okay, but this one you like
Cora,
actually are
That's
are
not,
aware
that's
of
not
and
you're in our house, and when you're in our house, you have to follow rules.
it wasn't in our, it
Okay.
wasn't in the house.
No,
What?
it is. But go
Did you
ahead.
say that wasn't in the house? This wasn't in
Okay,
the house.
excuse me.
okay, and then
It is in our house,
Um,
Cora. And that's something we'll
the
have to
other
discuss
thing
with
was-
her individually.
the other thing was maybe Cora hitting me
Yes.
and being aggressive towards me.
Yes.
calling
And
him
what?
very
And shush.
inappropriate.
What could she have done instead?
She could have calmed herself down
Uh-huh.
and said, Foster, can I please have it back?
I
And if she did say, if she
One
didn't,
second.
Wyatt and I
You're
both
on.
remember her not saying, I'll put in the fridge, but if she did say, I'll put in the fridge and save it for later, that would have been end of story and we would have ended it there.
mother.
Yes.
Mother.
Okay.
I-
Did you hear what Foster said?
Yes, I did.
That one,
The-
he could have said it in a non-aggressive way to you.
And I could have not just
grabbed it
taken it
away,
for you. Yes.
Right? If he would have said it in a non-aggressive way and he would have just said to you, Cora, you know, you just had meat, right? And reminded you since you forgot and said, like, it's, you know, you're not really supposed to have it, right? Would that have made a difference?
It would have. But
Okay. Yes.
I first said, Foster, give it back. Like in a loud tone, I said, Foster, give it back.
Crying,
Yeah.
He
screaming.
kept on walking away. Then I started screaming.
Okay. Maybe also your tone of voice when you said
She,
give
you
it
said
back.
you said give. First of all, you don't say give it back. You say, may I please have it back?
I said, can I please have it back?
Mm.
Cora,
I didn't say please.
Cora,
I didn't say
Cora,
please. I didn't say
Cora.
please. I didn't say please. I said, can I have it
Now,
back?
Cora, do you admit that sometimes you could be very aggressive in your tone of voice?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And that you could be screaming and yelling and
Yes.
carrying on like a hyena.
Yes.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Okay, so do you understand that if Foster would have came over to you in a quiet, nice, non-aggressive way and would have asked you, please consider what you're doing, right? And then he would have said, let's put away the mac and cheese for later, right? Or what can we come up with instead of you eating the mac and cheese? Because that's not the right thing to eat now. And he could have said, oh, let me help you. Let's make more chicken nuggets, or let's have something else that doesn't have dairy in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That would have made a difference.
Well, he did say you can eat something else that's meat.
Right.
He did say that.
We have delicious plant-based Mandarin orange chicken in the freezer. that you
Yes.
just had.
Okay.
Is it
Go
good?
ahead. Go ahead. Yes.
And he didn't say it, but at the time, I was very upset at him, and I just wanted to get it back, to put it in the fridge
I
by
know.
myself, and I didn't want him doing it for me, and I got upset.
Then you could express that.
But I did, and I told him, can I at least put it in the fridge, and he kept on running away.
Okay. But at that point, things already escalated. Now, instead of locking him out and throwing his shoes in the garbage.
I locked him out because I was scared he was gonna kill me.
Okay. And instead of And instead of throwing his shoes in the garbage, right? What could you have done, Cora?
I did
Stop.
everything I possibly could before.
No. What could you have done instead of throwing his shoes
I
in
could
the
have
garbage?
said, Foster, may I please have it to put in the fridge?
Okay.
I'm sorry that I screamed at
Okay,
you.
but
and
let's
hurt
say you were really, really angry like you were. Okay, what could you have done? Okay, because you did that for vengeance,
I
right?
could have thought about what I was doing
And
then
done
not
what?
and done something different.
Can I please
No,
leave?
but no. We'll finish in 1 second.
I'm a-
When you say when you're angry to that level of
Find
anger,
somebody guilty.
to that level of anger, excuse
I've had
me,
my guiltiness
excuse me,
before
this
this
is
even
important for you
started.
too. When you have that level of anger, where you feel out of control and you're going to do something that's hurtful to somebody else or something that's aggressive, right, and inappropriate, what could you do instead?
Sit with myself and think about my feelings.
Good. What else?
Take a deep breath and calm your feelings down and really look at the situation instead of acting out of anger.
Good. Anything else? Wyatt?
Can you repeat the question, please?
When you're at such an extreme level of anger, where you're feeling rageful and that you're going to do something inappropriate or aggressive, what could
So
you do
like,
instead?
sort of like how Dad does all the time.
Yes, yes.
What could you do
You need
instead?
to sit down with him after.
Take a nap.
Take a nap. Okay. Eat food?
Smack myself in the face.
Okay, Cora. We're
Stress
talking-
I'm being serious.
Stress
No, Cora, stop.
I'm being
No, we're talking about in the moment.
In the moment.
Like when you're extremely
In the
angry.
moment.
Yeah.
Calm myself.
Well,
Actually,
Go
you
like
know
this.
what I do? I take like a
Pretend.
baseball bat or something
Oh,
and just
count
like
to
slam it
10.
against a
Count to
character
10.
or like a
Count
pillow
to
or
10.
something.
Count to 10.
Count
Or
to
pillow.
10.
I could have done this instead.
Take drugs.
No, don't take it. Foster, that's not funny. Sit down,
I'm putting this away.
Cora.
I'm putting this away.
Okay, so Cora suggested counting to 10, which is also a very good.
Taking your anger out on
Strategy.
pillows or stuffed animals.
Okay, that's
That's releasing your anger in a different way though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not
You
in a
want
bad
to
way.
control the anger and suppress
No.
the anger instead.
What?
You don't want to let your anger out in a
She
different
can't
way.
eat that now.
You can't eat it. You had meat. Remember? We just discussed that.
I forgot again.
Okay, Wyatt, that actually used to be a strategy that people used. Like they
We'll still use it.
boxed.
There are facilities.
No,
there are facilities
no,
where you
what they
like can
learned,
destroy things.
what they learned over the years is that when you act out your anger in aggressive ways, it actually builds anger. It doesn't actually make you feel more calm. So the other ways are a lot more productive. Like Foster said, take a deep breath, take some breaths.
Well, I don't get super angry very often. So.
Sometimes you do.
Sometimes, not very often.
Not very
I
often.
barely
No, you
get
don't.
angry.
Cora suggested counting to 10, which is very good, and to sit, stop, and to think. You know, it's also a really good way. Taking a shower, or
Playing with the dogs.
playing with the dogs,
Feeling your nice fur.
fearing their fur and closing your eyes. Right?
Like a friend.
Yeah.
Mommy,
That's-
she posts this on YouTube.
Huh?
She posts this on YouTube.
Those are all really
Watching
good ways.
TV.
Okay, so I think we could close. Did everybody learn something from this?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I say what
Okay.
I learned?
What did you learn?
Cora's guilty.
Okay. Wyatt, what did you learn? Please be practical.
Besides, I'm just a bystander here.
You could still learn something even as a bystander. You could still learn something as a bystander. I think you learned something because you didn't have a way to calm down when you get angry and rageful. So you learned something. Yeah. Okay.
And not to take pleasure in what's going on around you.
Yes. And you know the other thing, Wyatt, I'm very proud of you because you didn't stick your nose into it and you didn't get in the middle
Yes,
of it.
he
And
did.
that's all. No,
What
he
did-
didn't.
what did I
No, he
do?
He didn't.
What did I do?
He
Called
didn't.
Foster down and said,
We're back to this.
Okay, but he didn't. He still could have. He could have egged things on, and he didn't. He could have.
I was just sitting here.
And I have to say
watching-
one. I have to say one thing.
watching
I have to
MMG
say one
eating my
thing.
chicken
Two
nuggets
things
and
actually.
fish
One is that I'm very, very proud of all of you.
I knew you were going to say
For
that.
two,
Whoa.
for two reasons.
Proud of Cora? What did you
For
do?
two
that you're
reasons.
proud
For
of?
two reasons. Number one, I trust me. I see a lot of other families. Kids get mean and cruel and aggressive towards one another like nobody's business. And
Shit like that.
even though you argue and it's not a pretty sight, and sometimes you do things that are a little, you still don't go overboard. Okay, that's number one. Number two, that we could have a practical discussion about it, and you could talk it out and have an understanding, and walk away with some
I would
life
like an
lessons.
apology still.
I'm sorry.
No, a formal apology. Not yet. We're still not done with the meeting.
Okay, so I'm very proud that we could have this conversation. Honestly, it makes me feel really, really great that everybody's willing to have a discussion and talk
See,
about it.
why do you? Why
Okay.
do you do this?
Now, Foster and Cora, I think there's some repair that needs to be done.
Can I leave?
So, yes, you could leave.
What?
Okay.
Bye, Wyatt.
fine.
Thank
So
you.
I think there's still repair, because there might be underlying feelings that you're sitting with each other. Yeah,
Okay.
you are, Foster. Okay, because we can't like forget what happened. We could forgive.
What
but we
I'm
can't
very
forget.
scared about is that he's gonna go tell his friends in Hilo about all of this,
What
which is what he does. Which is what he does.
Why are you scared of that?
Because it's not any of their business. This is a family issue.
Okay, so I won't. You asked me and I won't.
Look at him. He's talking to you.
Thank you very much, kind sir.
Okay. And Foster, what do you need from Cora?
Well, I would first of all like her to stop screaming at the top of her lungs because it hurts
Scratching with
my
my very
ears.
long nails that I've been growing out.
Scratching me, which she does every single time that she gets angry with me.
Cora.
Always
Oh,
the
wait till I
scratching.
get acrylics.
It's not. It's
Cora,
it's
you're not
always the
supposed to do
scratching.
acrylic. Second of all, acting out, that's something we're gonna have to talk about
It's always the scratching.
individually. Okay. Okay. Okay.
And like an apology because she scratched me and she hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry.
Aww. Stop. Okay. Is that better?
Mhm.
Okay. Thank you. I think we're good. Okay?